Good morning. I'm here to talk about The Invention of Morel by Adolfo Bioy Casares, um, with a prologue by Borges. This work was first published in 1940 in Argentina, and it's a work of the fantastic, is how it's put in the introduction to this book. This edition is a New York Review book classic. And there's a really great introduction in here. It talks a bit about the author and about the work itself. And it says that Borges and Bioy were really interested in the fantastic, and they considered it a far richer medium than the realism of the 19th century. So Bioy wrote and published 6 books between 1929 and 1940, but this one is considered to be his best book, at least according to the introduction. The author of the introduction says Bioy's early writing suffered from the chaotic influence of surrealism's automatic writing and Joyce's stream of consciousness. This book truly suffers from none of the things that Joyce's works tend to suffer from. It's a very easy and approachable work to get through. It's a novella. There's some really interesting illustrations in the book, chapter headings and whatnot. So as I said, Borges wrote the prologue. It's about 4 pages, and I think the greatest thing he has to say about the work is, to classify it as perfect is neither an imprecision nor hyperbole. He also says, the odyssey of marvels he unfolds, he, as in the author, seems to have no possible explanation other than hallucination or symbolism, and he uses a single fantastic but not supernatural postulate to decipher it. As I said, it is a novella, and it's a very simple premise. A man, for a reason that's not quite specified, needs to leave civilization and find a way to hide because he's worried about the police looking for him. You get the impression that he's escaped police custody or broken out of jail. And so he hears about this island where there's supposedly a deadly disease that will kill off anyone who goes there. And so he gets in a boat and he goes to this island because he wants somewhere to hide, but he's not there for more than a few days when people appear. Now on this island there's a museum, which is a big building, a big hotel of sorts. Why it's called a museum he doesn't quite know. There's a few other things on the island, like a pool, and I think there's actually a map here somewhere. Yeah, there's a map in here. So there's a museum, a swimming pool, a chapel, and there's also reefs, marshy ground, and a beach mentioned on this map. But, so when he gets to the island, he spends most of his time up in the deserted museum, but then, as I said, people appear and he retreats to the beach and to the marshy ground to hide because he's afraid that they've been sent by the police. And then before long he realizes that these people may not be what they seem, and he finds something very surreal about them, about his own experience. And well, there's an inventor, and his name is Morel, and I won't give away too much more than that, but he finds himself falling in love with a beautiful woman, and the ending is surprising, but not too surprising. The Invention of Morel is a love story, a kind of twisted love story, but in a way it's also a book about the consequences of immortality, I guess. There's so much I want to say about it, but if I talk too much, I'll give away the whole plot, and then you won't want to read it. So I think I'll stop here, and I'll just say that The Invention of Morel is a great work of classic Argentinian literature, and I would thoroughly and wholly recommend it. So go check it out. Pick up this edition too, because this is a great edition. The New York Review of Books, classic. yeah, pick it up.